Okay, and have your writing materials ready. You can have your notebook, your science notebook, and your pencil or pen so that you can take down notes as I'm going through this lesson for today. Remain polite at all times and message myself or the moderator if you require any assistance. So, first things first, to all Indonesians, happy Independence Day to you. I know that your Independence Day is coming, so happy Independence Day to you. And for those who are asking, no, I'm not Indonesian, I'm Singaporean. Okay, but yeah, if you are, happy Independence Day. See, I see that some of you already say that you're Indonesian. All right, good for you. So I hope that you will celebrate this time with your family and friends, wherever you are. Either you are in Indonesia currently, or if you're in Singapore currently, or even if you're in Malaysia currently, and so on. Okay, wherever you are. All right. Okay, Independence Day is like National Day. Some of you ask, what is Independence Day? So for the Singaporeans, we call it National Day, but in some countries they call it Independence Day. It is the same. Oh, okay. Some of you mentioned that today is India's Independence Day. Is it? Okay. Happy Independence Day to all Indians. Okay. So yep. Hope that you can celebrate with your friends and families too. So as usual, our general rules of thumb, especially for those who are new to us. So welcome to Geniebook. We have some rules that you will need to follow, which is firstly, be patient and understanding. Observe gracious and respectful behavior, even though you are communicating with us through the Geniebook chat. And ask good and relevant questions, because there's like 300 plus of you for today's class. So I'll try my best to answer everyone's question. And if you ask good and relevant questions, everyone will benefit, including yourself, including your friends in this class. So let's recap back some of the things that we have gone through for the past few weeks, because as you know, we've been going through body systems, and specifically, we've been looking at the digestive system. So let's recap this one first about the main functions of our digestive system. So for the first one, who can tell me? Break down food into? Yes, Yulia, Kaisara, Naila, Dylan, Minci, correct? Some of you mentioned the wrong term. So make sure you mention the correct term, which is simple substances or simpler. Okay, we will accept both, either simple or simpler. Giselle, not smaller. Some of you just now also mentioned smaller. No, make sure you use the correct term, either simple or simpler. Smaller, that is incorrect. Zan, no, you cannot put sticker or GIF. It's only for the teacher. All right, next. Blank these digested substances so that they can be used by the body. What do you think? Yes, Dominic, Joey, Sunishka, correct. Zoe Teo, very good. That's correct. Kaisara, also correct. So absorb, okay, absorb these digested substances so that they can be used by the body. Well done. And the last point, what about the undigested substances? Yes, Caleb, Jamie, Zoe, Tia-Ying, Sunishka, Joey, all correct. Very good. So the digestive system will actually remove the undigested substance from the body. Yes, Genevieve, will be removed at the last part of the digestive system, which is through the anus. Yes. Okay. Let's move on to the last slide. Last slide, sorry, the next slide. Okay, then we look through the different parts that you must know. Okay, the different parts of the digestive system. Let's start from the top. Yes, Adelia, Naila, Asher, all very good. Aiden, correct. So from the top, the mouth. And then after the mouth will be, as me, not last slide. I accidentally say wrong. It's the next slide, not last slide. Yes, gullet, very good. That's the next one. After the gullet, where does your food go through? Yes, Aiden, Arisa, Yulia, all correct. Stomach, Kai Sin Leong, Lavelle, yes. Okay, and then next, after the stomach, where does your food go through? Yes, Caleb, Akila, Justin, Marif, all correct, very good. Small intestine. After the small intestine, where does it go to? One of you just now mentioned big intestine. Okay, we don't use that term. We use the term large intestine. Yes, most of you got it correct. Like Jaden, Sheehan Tan, Haley, Matthias, and so on. Okay, so very good. Large intestine. And finally, the undigested food will go to, yes, wow, so many of you answering. Okay, well done. Very good. Which is the anus. So it is good that you remember the flow of food through our digestive system, starting from the mouth. And if you remember last week, we have actually gone through the first two parts of the digestive system, which is the mouth and the gullet. Any questions so far? Okay, Tiffany asks, why must digestion take place? Well, if there's no digestion, so how does your body absorb the food that you have consumed, right? That you have eaten. So that's why digestion needs to take place. If not, the food won't be used up by your body properly. Okay. Yes, just a word of warning. So please stop spamming. Just now, some of you spam and our moderator have taken care of that. Okay, thank you, moderator. Regan asks, is anus intestine? No, anus is not an intestine, Regan. It is part of the large intestine actually, and it's the last part where it is being, where the undigested food is being removed. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. And I've went through with you the two starting parts, right? Of the, who's this? Keep on spamming. A moderator, can you please take note of this person here? Thank you. Okay, so the mouth. The main function of the mouth, digestion. Yes, T. Yong Sing, Caleb, Dominic, Michaela, Seth, all correct. So digestion starts here, starts at your mouth. Very good. Most of you remember that. And then there's this part of the mouth that helps to chew the food into blank pieces. What's that part called? Yes, Jamie, Shuniska, Ophelia, Michaela, Matthias, Aina, Kirana, all correct. Very good. So that's the teeth. Okay, the teeth helps to chew the food into, make sure you use the correct term over here. Yes, Sunishka, Joel, Jovian, Kaisin, Sean, very good. Into smaller pieces, small or smaller. Okay, this one over here is not simple or simpler. This is small and smaller first. Okay, next. The blank makes the food soft, allowing you to swallow it easier. Yes, Zoe, Michelle, Kaisara, Jovian, Braden, and the rest of you all correct. Very good. So that is the saliva. It helps to make the food soft, allowing you to swallow it easier. And there's this juice in the saliva that helps to break down the food into blank substances. Yes, Aiden, Joyce, Minchil. Okay, very good. The digestive juice helps to break down the food into what substances? Yes, Archie, Xiaoqi, Asher, Emmanuel, Arisa, and all of you, correct, very good, into simpler substances. So I just want to highlight with you the usage of these two words, smaller and simpler. Take note of that, it is different. For the teeth, it is more of a physical breaking down of food. So when you do it physically, you can only break down the food into smaller pieces. But the digestive juice will actually break down in terms of chemical. So when there's a chemical involved, it will become simpler, meaning the molecules are broken down into smaller molecules and so on and so forth. That's why I use the word simpler. So these are the two differences. You might want to take this down in your notes also. So let me just write it down. So smaller is more for physical process. Simpler involves chemical process. Okay, so that is the difference. Ask me what is irrelevant. Irrelevant means asking or commenting something that is not related to what I am going through for today. Okay. Regan asked what are molecules. So molecules are when you break down substances, when you use your microscope, okay, you will see very, very small, how do you call it? Small substance, and this is called molecules. Okay, so you don't worry about this. You'll actually learn this in secondary school. All right. Okay, so that's the difference between smaller and simpler. Okay, good. Let's move on to the next part that I've went through with you last week, the gullet. Right, so for the first one, the gullet, food moves up or down the gullet from the mouth to the stomach. Yes, very good. Kaisara, Tinuan, Aiden, Giselle, Xiaoqi, okay? So let me circle the correct word here. Moves down the gullet from the mouth to the stomach. There is no or little digestive juice in the gullet. Very good. Yes, Sakti, Celeste, Arisa, Yongshan. So there is no digestive juice. So please remember that. Some students forgot, then they think that, oh, there is little digestive juice in the gullet, but see, there's no. The teeth or the saliva from the mouth helps to smoothen the food movement in the gullet. Which one is it? Yes, Kaisara, Darman, Escher, Sakti, Megan, Ophelia, all correct. Very good. It is the saliva from the mouth that helps to smoothen the food movement, not the teeth. And because there is no digestive juice in the gullet, so there is no digestion or there's little digestion that occurs in the gullet. Yes, Seth, Kai, Sharanya, Jovel, Ophelia, Dion, all correct. There is no digestion. So therefore, in the gullet, these 2 points are actually related to each other. Okay, because there's no digestive juice in the gullet, so therefore there is no digestion that occurs in the gullet. So these two are related. Okay, no problem, Vera. So any questions regarding the mouth and gullet? Any questions? No? Karin, Tu Tiayi, Sayin, Naila, no? Joviano, Ti Yongsing, no? Okay, so if there's no question, let's move on to the next slide. Oops. Okay, so the bubble question. All right, so let's warm up with the first bubble question of the day. Are you ready? First bubble question of the day. Come on, are you ready or not, students? All right. Okay. So this is just a warm up. I know some of you will say, oh, Mr. Noman, this is easy and so on. So I won't give you time to read the question. I'll straight away start the timer once I show you the question. Okay? In 3, 2, 1, go. So you might be thinking, Mr. Numan, this question looks familiar. Yes, it is familiar, but it is not the same question. There's some changes that I've did. So try to see if you're able to answer it. Do not rush through. Do not rush through. You still have about 40 seconds more. Read carefully. Look at the diagram very carefully. From sample X to sample Y to sample Z. Look at the diagram very carefully and then answer the question. Wow, Charlotte, easy. Luca, done. So fast. Okay. Yulia. Tiong Sing, what happened? Joyce, easy. Jing and Tan. Okay, Claire, well done. All right. Joey, Naila. Braden all say easy, easy. Some of you say no. See? Yu Shen Liu. What happened? Okay, Sakti, Nicole, very good. All right, those are still thinking about it. Quickly log in your answer. You only have 1 more second. And all right, time's up. Well. This is quite bad. Only about 70% of you got it correct. I expected much more. So you need to read the question carefully. So 3 samples of partially digested food, X, Y, and Z, were taken from 3 different parts of the digestive system. So this time, sample Z was taken from the large intestine. So that's a very important point here. Sample Z was taken from the large intestine. So where could samples X and Y be taken from respectively? So look at the diagram very carefully over here. We have sample X, which has the largest size, correct? Okay, so largest. And sample Z, which is the smallest. Okay, so since sample Z is taken from the large intestine, that means it has been fully digested already, right? So sample X, sample Y is where it is digested slowly. So that's why the size becomes smaller and smaller. So if you say it is option 1, mouth to gullet, the size of both the size of the digested food in both samples must be the same size, because remember, there's no digestion that occur inside the gullet. So that is why first option is wrong. Next one, option 2, the anus part is wrong because the size of the food particles cannot be bigger than sample Z. In sample Y, the size cannot be bigger than sample Z. First, you say there's anus, it comes from the anus here. So that's why option 2 is also wrong. And let's go to option 4 first. So option 4, again, is wrong because anus, the food sample in sample X cannot be from the anus because it's the largest size. So therefore, you are left with the third one, where sample X comes from the mouth and then it's digested further in the stomach. That's why the size becomes smaller in sample Y, and then the smallest will be in sample Z because it is digested in the small intestine. So the answer is option 3. Esme, you need to think about which part of the digestive system where the food is digested. So as it is digested, it gets smaller and smaller and smaller every time. Okay, remember, because mouth, there is digestive juice, so therefore it's digested, but gullet don't have. You need to remember that. And then for anus, it should be the smallest, or actually the same size as sample Z, so that's why anus also is wrong. Okay, so you need to think about this as you are going through. Understand? Okay, any further questions? If don't have, let's move on. I know some of you see I sent a sticker there. Can you see? Yeah, some of you are like, huh? Okay, but yeah, ask any question if you want to. Yes, Aina, Krana, go ahead. Right, next bubble question. Are you ready? Next one. Okay. I'll give you time to read first, and I will go through with you. So if you are near food or if you're eating right now, that will be good. So grab a small piece of food. It can be anything, biscuit, chocolate, whatever. Who over here is eating right now, actually eating your breakfast or lunch? Any one of you who are eating right now? See, like Kaisara, Shanice, Jovel. Wow, so many of you are eating right now. Okay, just nice. That's good. Okay, so whatever you're eating, place it in your mouth right now and chew your food. Focus on your tongue. Okay, focus on your tongue while you are chewing your food. Now, imagine one of your classmates, Beverly. She state the following statements. Okay, so she state these 4 statements. So which of the above statements are correct? All right, I will start the timer right now. Focus on your tongue. Okay, focus on your tongue. So which one of these statements stated by Beverly, your classmate, is correct? What do you think? Wow, so fast. Huang Long, Yulia. Oh, Minche, your best friend is Beverly. Okay. That's nice. Chen Yu Eng, okay, just ate my food. Tiang Sing, correct. Okay, good. Joyce, Joey, well done. Steffi, easy. Sunishka, well done. Evelyn, not really so easy because you need to think about the tongue, no? Esme, well done. Nitin, okay, good. Chloe, eating Burger King for lunch, okay. All right, hope you enjoy your meal. Oliver, Jordan, okay, good. You have about 10 more seconds. Those who are still thinking about answer, quickly lock in your answer now. I see some of you already locking in the wrong answer. So make sure you read carefully. All right, let's look at the results. Slightly more, the percentage increased slightly compared to question 1 just now. Now about 72% who got it correct. Okay, so you need to read carefully the statement said by Beverly over here. So Beverly says that the tongue digests the food slowly. Is that even correct? The tongue digests the food slowly? No. In fact, the tongue is not involved in the digestion. Okay, because the tongue doesn't produce any digestive juice. So it's not involved in the digestion. The tongue rolls the food into a ball. So yes, that is correct. It helps to roll the food into balls. Evelyn, what you say? It's in your mouth. It's in your digestive system. So you need to know this. You cannot say, so disgusting, all this. No. Okay. So you need to know this. See now, Minchi also say you. Okay. Anyway, let's continue. The tongue mixes the food with saliva to make it soft. So yes, also, as the tongue moves the food around, so it helps to mix the food with the saliva also. And lastly, the tongue moves the food from side to side to help the teeth grind it, because your teeth is all around, right? From left to right to the front. So therefore, the tongue does help in that also. Move the food around so that your teeth is able to grind the food. So that's why the answer is B, C, and D. Okay, let me use ink, you can see. Okay, B, C, and D. Any questions? Any questions? No? But wait, let me see. Somebody is asking. Okay, regarding the stomach, I will go through later. Okay, this person over here, a bit too fast, so I didn't manage to catch your name. Yeah, but regarding the digestive juice in the stomach, I will go through that for today's lesson, not to worry. All right, so let's move on to the next one. Bubble question 3. Okay, so again, I'll only give you a short amount of time to read the question, and I'll start the timer. Ready? So I'll give you about 5 seconds to read. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Timer starts. Use one. Okay. Why do we remove the undigested food? If that's what you mean, it's because undigested food is not healthy for your body, so it needs to be removed from your body. Jolene, you might feel that the food, that your tongue doesn't help to roll your food into a ball, but it actually does, into small little balls inside your mouth. Okay. Yulia, wow, so fast. Joey, well done. Sunishka, well done. Leah, good. Esme, well done. Sitin, who will swallow a ball? Not swallow a big ball. It's like your teeth and your tongue will work together to break down the food into small balls of food that is easily swallowed. Okay. So easy, Dion. Okay, good. Well done. Those are still thinking about answers. A few more seconds only. Quickly lock it in. Yes. Okay, correct. Okay, time's up. Let's look at the results. Still about the same as the previous question. Only about 72% of you got it correct. What is happening? Come on. There should be more of you getting this kind of questions correct, because it's still warming up questions. Still very easy. So the picture below shows a ball of food traveling down an organ in the human body. How does the ball of food travel down the tube? Now, for this question, we are looking at how it mainly travels down, basically the main function of this part. So this part of the digestive system, as you know, is the gullet, right? This is the gullet. So let's look at the options first. The organ makes use of digestive juices to push the food down. Makes use of digestive juices. Now, the thing is, this organ does not have digestive juices, so that's why we cannot accept the first option over here. So this is out. Next, the muscles of the organ contract and relax to push the food down. Okay, most likely. So we skip the option first. Let's look at option 3. The organ makes use of saliva from the mouth to slide the food down. That is not the main way for the food to go down the gullet. Okay, that's not the main process or the main way over here. So that's why we cannot accept this. The organ make use of the blood. Okay, this is definitely wrong, to dissolve the food and slide it down. So therefore, let's look back at option 2. The muscles of the organ contract and relax. Okay, I've mentioned this before last week. The muscles contract, relax, contract, relax. So it will push the food down into your stomach. And that is why even when you are upside down, okay, when you're doing your handstand, your food is still able to move from your mouth to your stomach. Okay, this is the important point over here. It's because of the muscles contracting and expanding. Okay, any questions? No? All right. So if there's no question, let's move on to what we are learning today. So three main parts over here. Firstly, we are looking at stomach. So the functions of stomach as part of the digestive system, and then the small intestine and the large intestine. So we are looking at these three main parts of our digestive system. Yes, Kinanti Kaliapan, I will go through about that later, okay, in the stomach, not to worry. So some fun facts about our stomachs first. The maximum volume an adult human stomach can hold is about 2.5 liter of substances. Can you believe that? That's like two bottles, the two big bottles of mineral water. Imagine that amount inside your stomach. See? So that is really a lot, yeah? And then another fun fact. Okay, this one was mentioned by a student previously. You keep asking about this. So our stomach produces a type of acid that is so strong that it can actually dissolve our bones and even some metals. So this acid is called hydrochloric acid. Who have heard of hydrochloric acid before? Anyone? Anyone of you heard? Okay. Some of you yes, some of you no. So hydrochloric acid is actually quite a dangerous type of acid that is corrosive. That means if you touch the acid, your skin can actually burn. Right? So therefore, you need to be careful when handling such type of acid. And the thing is, this acid is inside your stomach. So if you don't protect your stomach properly, the acid can actually dissolve the bones and even dissolve your own stomach. So who knows? How come our stomach is able to hold this acid without dissolving itself? So the stomach doesn't dissolve itself. Does anyone know? Isabel, yes, please go ahead. No, Marif, the acid won't come out if you're upside down. No? Don't know? Okay. So let me tell you how. So in your stomach, there's this substance called the mucus, which protect the inner walls of the stomach. So this mucus actually protects the stomach from the corrosive acid. So mucus is like this gooey or slimy substance in your stomach, which protects the stomach from being digested by the acid, okay, from the corrosive acid. So it's very important to have this mucus. So without the mucus, that's it, your stomach will be gone. It will actually digest itself. Okay. Yeah, some of you are asking, Mr. Luman, is this mucus the same as the one inside your nose? No, it's a different type of mucus. Okay, the one in your nose, okay, is much diluted compared to the one in the stomach. So the stomach is the more concentrated mucus because need to protect the walls of the stomach from the hydrochloric acid. Yeah. Okay. Good question though. Good question. Some of you know about the mucus inside the nose. Okay, another fun fact. So do you know that you can actually survive without a stomach? So even without a stomach, you can actually survive. You can still live, as most of the heavy digestion work is done by the small intestine actually. Okay, so the intestine is where most of the food is being digested and being absorbed into the bloodstream. So even without a stomach, you can still live. But of course, the stomach helps a lot in the digestive system because it helps to digest at least, maybe 50-60% of the food already before it goes to the small intestine. Right. Any questions so far about these fun facts about the stomach? Yes, go ahead, Andra, ask. How about animals? Aina, Kirana, yes, animals also have the mucus protecting the stomach. So some animals have the hydrochloric acid in the stomach also. Okay, Jovel, awesome, yes, awesome. Marif, what is the stomach for? Okay, so this is what I'll be going through. What you must know about the stomach. Firstly, digestion of food continues here after the stomach. After the mouth. So remember, after the mouth goes to the gullet, no digestion occur. So the next part of the digestive system where food is digested is the stomach. So it is after the mouth. So you must remember all these points, not the fun facts. The fun facts, that one is good for you to know, but it's not compulsory. But what I'm showing you here for these slides, you must know. Food is mixed with other digestive juices for further digestion. So after the mouth, the next part of the digestive system where food is mixed with digestive juices will be the stomach. So there are more digestive juices over here in the stomach. Okay, Jasper, what if you throw up? So throwing up, or if you feel sick and so on, I will explain about that in more detail during the next lesson. Okay, let me just finish this part here first about the stomach. And then, same like the gullet, there are muscles inside the stomach which expands and contract. But this time, the function is different. It's not to move the food down the stomach into the small intestine. No, it acts like a mixer. So who over here have mixer in your kitchen? Your parents have mixer in the kitchen. See, Anis, Kaisara, Isabel, you have, right? So the stomach is like a mixer which mix the food and the digestive juices together very thoroughly so that it is digested as much as possible inside your stomach. Okay? Yes, you have. All right. This muscle does expand when we grow. Yes, Marif, the stomach expands as you grow. Yes, correct. These muscles part of the digestive system. Kaisara asks, are these muscles part of the digestive system? The muscles are part of the muscular system, but the stomach itself is part of the digestive system. Okay, Kaisara? Yeah. So that's why our body systems work together. Remember, I mentioned in like 2 or 3 weeks ago. So our body system do work together. What if we crush an insect and I'm not sure about that. The person asking about the insect. Okay. Right. Next. So these are the things you need to know about the next part of our digestive system, which is the small intestine. Okay, this is very important. So please take note. Yeah, Braden, please go ahead. So firstly, digestion of food actually ends in the small intestine. Then you might be thinking, huh? Mr. Luman, if it ends in the small intestine, then what about the large intestine and the inner sac? So here's the thing. Why do I say that it ends here? It is because small intestine is the last part of the digestive system, which actually has the digestive juices. So point number 2, mixed with more digestive juices. So after the stomach, the small intestine have more digestive juices to further break down the food into even simpler substances. Yes, Wallace, thank you for the facts about the small intestine. Yes, this but the facts that you mentioned over here are all even more detailed. You don't need to know that detail. Okay, you need to know these few points over here that I'll be going through. Next, okay, so another important point over here about the small intestine that you must know: digested food is absorbed through the walls of the small intestine into the blood. So besides digesting the food further in the small intestine, the small intestine will also absorb the digested food through the walls and into our bloodstream. Jovel, what is the small intestine for? I'm going through it right now. Okay, so please pay attention. Thank you. Yes, there is. The gullet doesn't have digestive juices. You are correct. Yes, Celeste, you're correct. Yes, I will go through about the anus later. Okay, Ashlyn, I will answer you in a short while. Let me just go through the last point over here. And lastly, what happens to the digested food in the blood? The blood will carry the digested food to the different parts of the body. Okay, this is where quite a number of students will make careless mistake when this question is asked in your test or exam. They will ask, okay, does the digestive system distribute the digested food to other parts of the body? It does not. Okay, it is not the job of the digestive system. Instead, who can tell me? Who remembers? The blood is part of what body system? Yes, correct. Kaisara, Haman, Sakti. Yi Chin Lu, Savarna. Okay, very good. The blood is part of the circulatory system. So it is actually the job of the circulatory system that will carry the digested food to the different parts of the body. So the digestive system is just to absorb the digested food in the small intestine. So remember the main function of the small intestine, basically it is the last point of the digestive process. So there is digestive juices in the small intestine. Food or digested food is absorbed through the walls of the small intestine into the blood, and then the blood through the circulatory system will carry the digested food to the different parts of the body. So you must remember this. Any questions so far? What will happen if you don't have? Okay, yes, Ashlyn. So to answer your question, what will happen if you don't have small intestine? So imagine your small intestine is damaged, okay, due to some disease, or you didn't take care of it properly and so on. So what will happen is your body is not able to get the digested food, the nutrients that you need to stay healthy. So that's where you'll get very sick, you'll get very weak, and the doctor has to do something about it. Okay, maybe if I remember correctly, there's a machine that is able to help to do this. So you need to be attached to a machine to absorb, to make sure your body gets the nutrients that it needs. Okay, if your small intestine is not working. All right. Anis, I'm not going through bones right now. So yeah, maybe that one is when we go through skeletal system. Is kidney part. Xavier, the kidney is actually part of another system, but it's not in your syllabus. So yeah, you don't need to know about that. But if you want to, you can go ahead. My grandmother. Okay, Anahita. Yeah, so usually for the elderly, as they age, the small their body parts get weaker, and they need to have take some medicine or need to be attached to some kind of a machine so that the body can stay healthy. Okay, all right. Let's move on to the next slide. Okay, just some fun facts about the small intestine. So do you know that our small intestine is about 3 times the length of our body? So if you straighten out our small intestine, it will be about 3 times longer or taller than yourself. And there are tiny finger-like projections in our small intestine. So this is something like fur. Okay, do you know fur on some animals' skin? Okay, that lines up the interior walls of small intestine. So the main function of these tiny finger-like projections called villi is to absorb most of the nutrients broken down by the digestive juices. So to absorb as much as possible. Okay, Nathaniel, good question. So if it's longer, how can it fit in our body? So that is why if you look at pictures of our small intestine, as you can see over here, right? See how long it is, because it is coiled up. Coil so much and then cram into that small space. Yeah, so that's how it's able to fit into our body. Okay, because it's flexible, it's able to coil together. Okay. And then it takes about 4 to 6 hours for the food to travel along our small intestine, because why? It is to allow as much of the nutrients to be absorbed as possible. So that's why your mother always say to have like a time period, or you rest when you eat heavy meals. Okay, you don't take heavy meals like 1 hour after another, because your body needs time to digest your food properly. So in the small intestine, it takes about 4 to 6 hours. Can you eat and drink? Yes, Colleen, go ahead. Okay, and next one. In the final section of the small intestine, there's a portal or flap, basically. It's a flap called the Ilioxical Valve, which ensures that the direction only goes one way. So that one way or one direction is from the small intestine to the large intestine. So why is it important for it to be only one direction? Because if the undigested food goes back to your small intestine, that is actually not healthy for your body, because the undigested food usually will have a lot of bacteria, and then it will infect your small intestine. Then no, that's not good for the body. Okay, yes, Mincy, there will be more bubble question. Just be patient. I will show the bubble question later. Yes, yes, correct. Okay. Kalin, you mean eat and drink at the same time? Not advisable. Okay, not advisable. It's better to eat and drink like separately. Don't while you're eating chicken, then you drink your Coke at the same time. Okay, that's not healthy. Okay, so make sure you eat and drink like separately. Yes, Archie, it is part of the digestive system. Okay, right. Let's move on to the large intestine first. Some fun facts about large intestine. So large intestine, when straightened out, is as tall as a child. So as tall as some of you, about 1.5 meter. So it's not that long compared to large intestine, compared to small intestine. Yeah. Okay. So small intestine is much longer than the large intestine. And our large intestine has a lot of microorganisms in it, where mostly are bacteria. So you see here, that's why I say just now, for the flap, right, it must make sure that it only goes one direction, from small intestine to large intestine. Because why? In the large intestine, there are a lot of bacteria inside it. It's because of the undigested food. So that's why if you are not healthy, your doctor will say that, oh, you better eat some probiotic supplements, okay, to ensure that your large intestine is functioning well. Okay. Yes, Jinghan Tan, of course, 1.5 meter is taller than 1.25 meter. Why is it called large intestine? Don't know if you ask. Okay, because it is bigger than the small intestine. The diameter is bigger due to the amount of undigested food inside it. Yeah. And then the undigested food in your body, in your large intestine, will usually take about 12 to 48 hours before it is passed out. So even longer. All right. So that's why the undigested food that you pass out is usually food that was eaten yesterday or even earlier. Okay. So if let's say you eat now, 1 or 2 hours later, when you have stomach ache, when you want to pass out, right? The undigested food that comes out is not the one that you ate 1 or 2 hours ago. It's actually the one that you ate yesterday or even earlier. Okay. So yeah. And the large intestine absorbs close to 1 liter of water every day. So that is why the poop that comes out from your body, right, is usually very dry. Okay, because why? The large intestine has absorbed the water close to 1 liter, every day. So that is good to drink lots of plain water to ensure that this process happens smoothly. So if you don't have enough water, so that's where you have constipation, or if the food that you eat is not proper food, and then that's why you have diarrhea. Then you have too much water already. Yeah. Okay. Happy Ding. Okay, I'm sorry, but I'm talking about the digestive system, so you still need to know this. Okay. All right. So let's move on to the next one. Okay. So the points that you must know about the large intestine. So take note of this. You must know all these points. Yeah. So firstly, undigested food from the small intestine enters here. So undigested food. All the digested food should be absorbed by the small intestine already into the bloodstream when the food enters the large intestine. Okay, so only the undigested food enters here. And then water is removed. So I've explained it just now, right? Water is actually removed or absorbed from the undigested food over here. Okay. And this is very important. Please remember this. There are no digestive juices in the large intestine. So digestion does not occur in the large intestine. This is similar to which part of the digestive system? Where there's no digestive juice. So remember, The large intestine does not have digestive juices. Same as which part of the digestive system? Yes, very good. Arisa, Isabel, Jaden, okay. Giselle, Emmanuel, all correct. So same as the gullet. Okay, similar as the gullet. Very good. And lastly, the undigested food is passed out from the body through an opening called the anus. So basically the anus is just an opening that close and open to allow the undigested food to go out. Okay, so all healthy people are able to control their anus, right? So when you want to, your stomach ache, okay, you want to pass out your poop, right? So you control, okay, until you reach the toilet, then you let it open, then that's why it's removed. Okay, but there are some people who are not able to control it, so that's why they have some kind of a machine attached to them, okay, to help to remove this. Okay, all right. Now I know some of you are already waiting for the bubble questions, but hold on. Let's go through this question over here first, this open-ended question, yeah. Okay, so we have organ P is found in the human system as shown. The following is a description of its characteristic. So this part is part of the digestive system, absorbs digested food through its walls. Digestion is completed here. Okay, so what do you think is organ P? Can anyone tell me? Shian Tan, Sonishka, Caitlin, James Tan, Alvaro Lee, Ethan, Brandon Donohue. Okay, very good. Yes, this is actually the small intestine, right? Very good. Then what happens to the food after passing through organ P? So after passing through small intestine, what happened to the food? Does anyone know? Does anyone know? What happened to the food after passing through? Okay. Yes, correct. Okay, because after small intestine is the large intestine, right? Okay, so let me show you the answer over here. So firstly, organ P is the small intestine, and then the undigested food after the small intestine will have its water absorbed, and the large intestine will then remove the remove the undigested food from the body through the anus. So this is how you answer this type of open-ended question. Usually it will be a 2 or 3 mark question. Okay. Any questions about this? No? Yeah, it depends, Harmon. It could be 2 or 3 marks. Yes. Okay. Let's move on to the next one. Bubble question. Ready? I know you've been waiting for this. All right. So this is to test your speed and accuracy. Yeah, I will only give you 30 seconds to answer it. Okay. So read quickly and then answer it accurately. Ready? In 3, 2, 1. Go. 30 seconds. It's not so easy, Jovel. You'll need to look at the diagram and look at the table carefully. Okay. Wow, Oh Cheng Fang. So fast. Joyce, Sophie, Mincy. Wow, well done. No, Eden, this is not giveaway, because you really need to look at the table carefully. Oh, Oh Cheng Fang P5, no wonder. Easy for you. Harshini, good. Esme, good. All right, let's look at the results. Okay. Oh, the exact percentage as a same exact percentage as question 2 just now. So about 72% of you got it correct. Okay, so let's look at the question. Diagram below shows part of the human digestive system. Which of the following parts in the digestive system produces digestive juices? Okay, produce digestive juices. And if you remember, I've told you before, it is only in the mouth, the stomach, and the small intestine that has digestive juices. So that's why the answer is option 4. Okay. No, I didn't end the question too early, Chan Song Ming. It's 30 seconds. This is to test your speed and accuracy. I did mention just now. Okay, next one. Ready? Question 5. Okay, I give you some time to read first, maybe about 5 seconds before I start the timer. You'll have 1 minute to answer this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'll start the timer. Read very carefully. Look at the graph carefully and answer the question. Wow, oh, Cheng Fong again. Oh, because you're P5, huh? That's why very fast. This one, easy. Okay, good. Yin Chi Teo, well done. Kaisara, good. Seyin. Oh, Anis P4, okay. Charlotte done this before? Okay. All right. I hope that you are able to do this. Let me send you another sticker. Jaden Chin, you're P1. Are you sure? All right. You have about 15 more seconds. Oh, Isabel, P6. Okay, she Antan P3. Okay. 5 more seconds, quickly. All right. Let's look at the result. Okay, so there's an increase in percentage of you who got it correct. So the graph below shows an average person digestion rate. So this time we are looking at digestion rate. That means how fast your digestion occur in the different parts of the digestive system over here over several hours. Okay, so again, remember the 3 parts of the digestive system where digestion actually occurs, which is the mouth, stomach, and small intestine. So the other 2 parts, digestion doesn't occur. Okay, so as you can see here, large intestine, correct, because it is a straight line. Straight line means there's no digestion that occur. However, in the gullet, it is going up, as you can see here. So that is wrong. It should be flat also, same like the small intestine, because in the gullet, digestion does not occur. So the part that is incorrect here is part B, which is the gullet. Okay, so those who get it correct, wait, let me give you a cute little sticker here. Megan, why you sad? Don't be sad. Okay. Yeah, I know. Since the baby Yoda is saying we don't have enough time. All right. Okay, not to worry. Let's go to the next question. Ready? Again, I'll give you time to read the question first, and then I'll start the timer. Okay. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'll start the timer now. Okay, let's see. Wow, Joyce, Kaisara, In Chi Teo, so fast. Ti Yong Seng, well done. Li and Yi, what? Okay, Annie's good. Sonishka, well done. Dono Hugh, Zeros, okay, good. Sharanya, good, well done. Nathaniel, good. Okay, come on, come on. Yes, those who are still thinking about your answer, you still have about 20 more seconds. See, some of you already say this is quite difficult. See, Aiden, so difficult. Good lah, because you've been asking for difficult questions. Sophie, oh no. Then you need to revise your work, huh? I don't know any. Don't know why people say easy. It's actually not so easy. Okay, all right, let's look at the results. So still about 70% of you got it correct. But let's look at the question first. So Hartono had a plate of fried noodles for dinner. The dinner graph below shows the amount of digested food in the 4 parts of his digestive system. Okay, so always take note what is the information given. Is it the digestion rate? Is it the amount of digested food? Or is it the amount of undigested food? So all this information is very important. So that's why you need to read the question very carefully. So as you can see, W, about 4 grams digested. X, still that same amount, 4 grams. So highly likely, okay, who can tell me first? Part W is most likely what part of the digestive system? Can anyone tell me? Yes, very good, Yulia and Kaisara. Okay, so it's the mouth. And then because X, there's no change, so most likely is what part? Yes, Kaisara, Ting Yong Sing, Sunishka, all very good. That's the gullet. And then there's an increase, but not much. Okay, it's about double, so 8 grams. It is the, yes, Ting Yong Sing, Kaisara, Donohue, all very good. That's the stomach. And Zach, there's a huge amount of digested food which increases. So Ophelia, very good. Yi Chen Liu, Gavin, Dun Cheng Oh, okay, so that is correct. Small intestine. So I want the organ that the undigested food noodles will pass through after part Z. So after small intestine is the large intestine, right? So that's why the answer is option number 4, the large intestine. Okay. Any question? Here's another sticker for all of you for a job well done. Okay. All right. Let's move on to the next one. Again, I'll give you time to read the question first, about 5 seconds, then I'll start the timer. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I know if I give easy question, then people will complain, oh, Mr. Lukman, this is too easy and so on. Okay, so the earlier part, I give easy questions, but now I have to give a bit more difficult, just a bit more. Well, Aiden, not easy. That's not easy, difficult. Okay, good. Joyce, Donohue. Renee, why is this 15 bubbles? Because this is a bit more difficult than the first few questions just now. Okay, even though it might appear easy, but it's actually quite difficult. Harmon, Thierry Lin, okay, well done. So if you have been revising this topic, right, then you should be able to answer most of this type of question. Okay, because you should know which parts are the ones that digestion occur. Okay. Harmon, what? That's not right. Okay, good, Clarice. Anna, so hard. Okay. So you need to revise further, yeah? Okay, let's look at the results. It has decreased to about only 60% of you who got it correct. Oh no, what happened? Okay, so let's look at the question. The diagram below shows part of the human digestive system. Which one of the following sets of information correctly indicates the changes in the amount of digested food when it leaves part T, U, V, and W? Okay, so if you can see, T is the mouth, U is the gullet, V is the stomach, and W is the small intestine. So, as you know, in the mouth, food is digested, so it will definitely increase in the amount of digested food. Gullet, no digestion occurs, right? So no change. Stomach, digestion occurs, so it increase. And lastly, small intestine, also digestion occurs, so it increases also. So that's why the answer is option number 4. So again, it's all about the 3 parts where digestion occur: mouth, mouth, stomach, and small intestine. Always remember this. Gullet and large intestine, no digestion occur. Okay, you must remember this. Then you can actually answer almost all questions about digestive system. Okay, last bubble question. Are you ready? This is very, very difficult. Okay, this is very difficult. So I will show you for the question for about 5 seconds, and then I will start the timer. Okay, here it goes. Haha, see, there's some information, there's some data over here, there's some percentage and numbers. Let's see. In 5, 4, 3. This is for 15 bubbles also. 3, 2, 1, go. Let's see who is able to get this correct. Read very carefully, read the table carefully, and also look at the answers. Wow, Yun Sin Chu, well done. Donohue, well done, good. Aiden, difficult. Harmon, this is not too easy, this is difficult, yeah? See, Minchi also say hard. Aiden, why are you crying? Manaswini, well done. Michelle Rakesh, well done, good. Okay, LB Woon, good. What? How come randomly? Some of you say, oh, I randomly choose this. Who actually randomly choose the answer here? I hope not randomly. I hope you have thought through properly. Oh, quite a number of you. Me. Okay. Next time, try not to do it randomly. Okay. Make sure you've thought through the question, then you answer. Okay, time's up. Okay, actually, better than the previous question. So about 65% of you got it correct. So not bad. So the table below shows the remaining percentage of 3 types of undigested food. Okay, this time we are talking about undigested food. So that's why I say I need to read the question carefully, whether they ask for digested food or whether they ask for undigested food. So in this case, undigested food, after it passes through each part of the digestive system. So we have mouth, gullet, stomach, small intestine, large intestine. Now, you need to see what are the parts we are talking about over here. And if you remember, I told you from just now, right? Gullet and large intestine are the 2 parts where digestion does not occur. So the percentage must just follow the previous part. So you see, small intestine, the percentage is 20, 10, 100. So since digestion does not occur in the large intestine, it will actually just follow it. Okay, so that's why it is obviously option 3, because see 20, 20, 10, 10, and 100, 100. It will just follow because digestion does not occur in the large intestine. I'm ending this lesson soon. Okay, all right. So that's the last bubble question for today. So just to recap what we've done, we have gone through the 3 main parts of our digestive system. So the stomach, small intestine, and the large intestine. And I hope that you have learned as much as possible from these 3 parts, and also the 2 parts that I went through last week, which is the stomach and the gullet. Okay, so the main thing to remember is digestion occurs in the mouth, the stomach, and the small intestine. Digestion does not occur in the gullet and the large intestine. You must remember this. All right. So to end the lesson, I'd just like to say again, Happy Independence Day to all Indonesians. And for the rest of us, have a great week ahead. And I'll see all of you next week.